Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. In boxing, you find a way to win or you find a way to lose. You know, Robert Garcia and Anthony Joshua may be onto something. Anthony Joshua, when we watched that fight between him and Usyk, it seemed like it was just a wash. Like Usyk just went in there and embarrassed Joshua. Usyk, at the end of the fight, his face did show that he took some damage, but it didn't seem like he took much damage. But obviously, after Usyk did an interview, it sounds like Usyk, like Mike Tyson, suffered a broken back. His back is broken, and the injury was spinal. And it sounds like those injuries haven't quite healed, is what I'm gathering. Now, the thing is this, right? Oleksandr Usyk doesn't agree with the notion that his unanimous points win over Anthony Joshua was a breeze. And he's getting tired of people saying that he beat Joshua with ease and he's going to beat him with ease in the rematch because of the damage that he took to his back and the fact that when he did try to go to sleep after the fight, and even till this day, Deontay Wilder, right? Even till this day, he has to sleep sometimes sitting up. Now, some are saying that the sleep troubles is probably just worried about what's going on at home in Ukraine. His wife and his kids are still there, and he's really worried about his fellow countrymen and his family. But there are others that are saying he never had an opportunity to really deal with the injury and allow it to heal. Now, we know that with rumors like this flying around, that could affect the fight because if there's a rumor like that going around, he has to have a medical, he has to have exams. If they find any sign of any kind of injury or something that will put him at a disadvantage in the fight, they're not going to let the fight happen. But so far, so good. But, you know, for him to have an injury reportedly to his back or his spine or something that till this day is preventing him from laying flat and sleeping, you know, that's problematic, okay? So although Usyk wrestled the WBO, WBA, IBO, and IBF heavyweight titles, you know, really in a largely dominant fashion over Joshua, you know, Usyk is clarifying in a lot of interviews that Joshua is a formidable foe, and going into this fight, he has to be very careful because of the strength that Joshua possessed. And when he said that, it just took me back to what Robert Garcia has been saying. Now, everyone says that Anthony Joshua is strong. It's obvious. You look at his fights when he knocks people out, especially what he did to Pulev. If he touches you, he gets you out of there. But obviously, Usyk felt that as well. And he's like, look, for those of you who don't think that this man hits hard, or this man's not strong, or that I wasn't taking damage, he was like, you want to know proof? He's like, I tell you what, after the fight, I was in the hotel. He was like, you know, I was tired. I was falling asleep standing up until this day. It still has some difficulty with laying down for an extended period of time trying to sleep. Now, that's crazy because Usyk says it was difficult for him. And people keep saying it was a walk in the park. But he's like, nah, man, it wasn't. It was hard for both of us. Not just me, for him as well. And he's like, I came back that night, ate some food, fell asleep, and I kind of the same thing. He's like, it's gotten somewhat better, but there's still some times where, depending on how he's moving, he still feels some discomfort. And we know that with him and being southpaw with his straight lefts and his nimble footwork and all the feints that he was throwing in the AJ fight to keep him off balance, that really helped with his 12-round affair. But is he going to be able to continue with the lateral movement, the bending at the waist, all the feints, the nimble footwork? Is he going to be able to carry that out during training camp and into the fight with AJ if he seriously has any kind of discomfort in his back or his back, you know, like Mike Tyson, probably injured but not necessarily broken or spinal? Okay, that's the thing. Is he going to be able to do that? Because if he's not going to be able to make Anthony Joshua look completely befuddled like he did in the first fight. You know, because by the end of Matter of fact, in that 12th round and several times through the fight, Usyk was rocking Anthony Joshua, man. The left hands, man, the right power punches, man. It was just the comprehensiveness of Usyk's victory and just his understanding that kind of just left that whole stadium kind of in shock as he just kind of cruised the victory, man. And you got to understand, too, at the same time, I'm not saying he was underestimated, but with him being a former undisputed champion at cruiserweight, he was able to kind of command the action and kind of dictate the fight and take it to Anthony Joshua. But again, he did show some signs of damage to his face. But they're going to have the rematch coming up, man, on August 20th, which is just right around the corner in Saudi Arabia, where Anthony Joshua is supposed to make over $100 million, and I think Usyk's making $50 million plus that fight. So it's crazy. And the thing that a lot of you need to remember is that fight was originally scheduled in the spring, man, and it almost didn't happen. And the word out there in the boxing community is because of the damn broken back and spinal injury to Usyk, or whatever it is that keeps lingering as a result of that Joshua fight. In addition to that, there was all the condition was further exacerbated by him being out there in Ukraine dealing with the Russian invasion and wearing all the gear. So having that extra 40, 50 pounds of gear on him didn't help his situation. But after Usyk, spending time with his military buddies and family and fellow countrymen, they all kind of urged him to come on back and fight Anthony Joshua and fight for Ukraine. So I just can't see Usyk not leaving it all on the line, and I can't see him pulling out of this fight because of some so-called, discomfort he's feeling to his back. But I do know if that rumor is out now, and if for some reason it gets to the commission and stuff, they're going to sit there and make sure the doctors probably give him some MRIs, not just x-rays, MRIs and everything else, man. Maybe, inject some dyes in there to make sure that he is 100%, because with just a couple weeks out, man, you can't have him going into a fight handicapped. That's just not how Anthony Joshua would want to win it, and that's not how Usyk would want to lose it. He's not a guy for excuses. I know that he's a man that's all about praying. He believes in a higher power, and I think at this point he's just kind of, hey, I'll leave it in God's hands. But I'm telling you, people, man, this fight is going to be very good. And I said in other videos, I'll say it again. I really feel that Robert Garcia is a good fit for Anthony Joshua. I think Anthony Joshua is going to pull it off. I really do, because if he hurts everyone. He did hurt Usyk in the fight, and it was visible what he did to him. But Usyk did seem to, when it was some ebb and flows, but Usyk found a way to kind of take control and to keep the fight where he was comfortable. But if Anthony Joshua, who really didn't look like he inflicted much physical damage on him, was able to do that when it didn't really seem that way, if he comes in there letting his hands go and being strong and being physical, man, he's going to hurt Usyk, and he can do it. He just has to have that, that DGAF, DGAF, don't give a you-know-what. He has that DGAF in him. And, I just don't think I think he, at the core, he's not like that, man. He's not a menacing, vicious, nasty person, you know what I'm saying? You come cordial and almost friends with someone and get in the ring and try to hurt them. That's not, a normal person doesn't do that, That's why with me, man, there's certain guys I didn't spar, you know what I'm saying? I had some friends from work, we sparred, but, we didn't try to kill each other, but, we hit each other, but not like if I was fighting someone who I didn't know. Yeah, shit, it was over for you, just like it was going to be over for me, you know what I'm saying? We come in there, man, trying to get cute. It should turn to a fight. But that's the latest on these guys, man. Usyk may have something going on with his back. Not sure really what's the cause. He's saying it from what he suffered from the AJ fight and sleeping upright, which to me is crazy. But I guess we'll see. More to come on that. I just wanted to bring the news to you. With that being said, before I conclude the video, anybody out here realize Anthony Joshua about to make over 100 million, and his subsequent fights he's supposed to be making 100 to 150 million a fight? Is anybody up on that? With that whole deal he did with Eddie Hearn in DAZN, better get up on it, because when something like that is in place, all the odds are stacked against Usyk. Now, I'm not saying they're going to rob him. But what I'm telling you is, with that kind of money at risk, you think if Anthony Joshua lets his hands go a little bit more, you think they're going to get those rounds of Usyk? Come on, man. Y'all wake up. Anthony Joshua, I think he wins it without the corruption. But at the same time, I'm just saying, do you really think they're going to let Usyk come in and win a points victory in Saudi Arabia after Joshua just signed this deal with Eddie Hearn and DAZN for the next however many years? Basically, the rest of his boxing career. You think they're going to ruin that over $100 million a fight? Y'all better wake up, man. Usyk don't stand a chance. He don't stand a chance. But that being said, like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Shout out to the veterans. And as always, I'm in the breeze.